What's up, Trinbago Vibes peeps? It's been a long time since we had a last Sunday Vibes live. Probably in May, at the end of May, sometime in May. I can't actually remember. But welcome to, episode 77 of the Sunday Vibes live. As the title says, hey June. Well, don't mind, it's the 29th of June, and we go into July this week, so it's really goodbye June. But yeah, so just thought I'd jump on for a little while, chat a little bit on what is up and coming, because probably the last time I would have live streamed would have been after me. Actually, I live stream on the 1st of June, thereabout. Yeah, right after I did my 5-year video. So yeah, at the boardwalk. So this is now the last Sunday in June, and yeah. So thanks so much for those of you who will be tuning in or watching afterwards and everything. I appreciate your all support and everything. So yeah, so let me jump into it. It's been a rainy weekend this weekend here in Trinidad and Tobago. I hope you all are safe. Whoa, big up Varun and Angela and Barry, who on the inside. Surprised that the alert box not functioning. That's supposed to be up and running, but I don't know why not showing up. But hopefully it does. We'll see how that goes. It says be showing up. Like, yeah. But anyway. Again, some technical difficulties. But I'm glad to see some peeps on the inside. Right. Glad to see peeps on the inside. So yeah. Oops, my bad. Yeah, I pressed a button there by accident. Anyway, yeah, so Sunday Vibes Live. Before I jump in, actually I could jump into yesterday's video one time, the $10 roti hopping video. Now that really started, I wasn't sure actually it was going to be $10, to be honest with you all. Like, I know the $10 roti spot sign. Whoa, Shirley, welcome to the Vibes. Yes, you are on time. Yeah. So, how that $10 roti spot thing came about, right? I know I was going to do an next cheap eat. I was in Marabella and I saw the roti corner, $10 chicken and, well, I didn't realize it was pork roti then, but $10 chicken roti and $20 goat and thing. It's like, all right, well, cool, let me try that. And that's how I started. I recorded that video first, actually. And I knew about the $10 roti sign opposite Rupert Ryan Hardware inside Flaming Ministries compound there. So I say, all right, I know that was the next spot. And then the other day I was driving through Shogunas and I saw the S&S. So out of like the roti spots, out of the 5 roti spots, 3 of them I knew about and I knew I was tackling in the video, right? So the Marabella one is one I tried first. I tried the $10 chicken roti first, and then I also bought the $20 goat roti because I didn't have duck at the time, because I thought it would have been a nice, bonus video kind of thing to do the duck. And well, when it is went to record the other set of rotis, so I ate the Marabella rotis on a different day than I did the rest. The other 4 roti spots basically was done on the same day, and I had my wife with me. We had some time off from work, so we was just routing a little bit. And so we started at the Carney, like around this Carney Savannah, that spot opposite Rupert Ryan Hardware. And yeah, that was $10. And I know the next $10 spot would have been S&S right after Medford Junction there. Well, not really Medford Junction, but Endeavour Extension there. Yeah, about 4 buildings down from that T section, so to speak. And so that was it. So I know those were 2 $10 spots. And I was like, well, all right. The next spot I didn't know, and this was when I was doing the live stream for the Rata Yatra earlier this month, right? So next to Mid-Center Mall, right, along the southern main road there where the taxi men is be, I saw one of those booths now. They had a $15 roti. So at this point in time when I was recording, I was thinking 15 and under, and not so much $10 and under, right? So I went there. I went Mid-Center Mall car park. Had to get a water and thing in the grocery, and then when I walked out to look for the spot, it was closed. So like, all right, this spot closed. Let me continue driving down the southern main road. We'll see something, right? And So it was my wife and myself. Whoa, Brandon, big up, big up. We were actually driving down the Southern Main Road now, looking out, for any more roti spots or roti shops, and especially those that have like a $15 roti or $10 roti. And I bounce up Reese Kitchen, and it's like, okay, $10 roti and pork roti. I say, let me try it. And mind you, this is the first time I'm trying roti at any of these spots, right? And I realized, well, wait, nah, might as well I just do $10 roti right through, right? Because I did pass the next $15 roti spot along the Southern Main Road. Was it in Chase Village or right after? Boy, I'm not sure. But yeah. So it was then and there that I was like, all right, I don't have a $10 from Marbella, the one from the previous ones that I did high up the road, and this was the third one. So technically the fourth spot in the video. I'll save the Marbella one for last. That is in post edits. So that's essentially what happened, and that's what turned it to $10 roti hopping cheap eats video, right? And well, after, and I wouldn't lie, like Ree's kitchen, I find that was the best roti out of the set. Like in terms of, like, you can't go wrong with the $10 roti from any of these spots. Like the filling seasoned pretty well, and the meat tender, nice for all of them, right? It's just the roti consistency varies. But the one at Reese, man, that take win. That was the silkiest, softest, and most filling to me out of the whole set. But anyway, I was like, all right, I wanted to do a fourth one on that day. This is recorded. I do 5 already. I did 4 previously, right? Meaning I did Marvelous some other day, and I just ate 3 roti. And it's like, all right, one more. I told my wife one more, so we continued driving, and we bounced up the next one right after Sonny Ladu Unipet gas station there in McBean. So it's like, all right, nice. Oh, Andrew, I appreciate that so much. And that's how the $10 roti video came about for Cheap Eats. Like, it's been amazing to find these spots. And I'm seeing in the comments, I've seen in the comments before, because for those of you who are avid watchers on Trinbago Vibes, you will know this is when I see volume 6. This is the 6th time we're doing a Cheap Eats video, right? So you would have seen previous videos where we would have covered $15 roti, $10 roti, $12 roti, and a lot of people would have commented, hey, there's a spot in Arima that has that. So I'm hoping to check out that spot in Arima. I think I came across it. I think it was Foodie Nation did a video on it. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Oh, Midnight Queen, big up, big up. Yeah, so hopefully would cover that some next time I'm in Arima. So yeah. And that's how that, chicken roti thing came about. And it was fun, but at the same time, I won't lie to y'all, I kind of reach a threshold for roti at the moment. After eating so much in a short space of time, I think that is happened. Because when we do these food hopping videos, and unlike other content creators who might just tackle one spot, we'll do a few. And it's not like we do. Now I try to space it out a little bit. But like on this particular video, I actually did it one after the next. So after a while, it's kind of get fed up, after, because, I mean, trying to eat like 4 rotis on the same day, Like, thank God I had my wife to help me. So yeah. Oh, Shivan and Sharon, big up, big up. Yes, yes. Big up. Oh, and by the way, shout out to everybody who is healing out outside, right? I encounter subscribers sometimes when I'm outside, like, earlier today, I was down Shogunas. I was in Price Smash Shogunas, and I bounced up some subscriber and stuff. And yeah, it's always been nice to interact and to get, the feedback and stuff. So shout out you all. Thanks for, the continued support in watching the videos and sharing the videos and hitting that like button and commenting, right? I know not much may join on the live stream, and that's fine too, but I'm glad that you all are able to take some time out of your day just to watch the content I make and to, come and say hello. So thanks so much for that. So that's what yesterday's video is about. Next week video, spoilers one time, I tell you this from now, it's going to be a driving video. It's going to be the new highway down Sandy Grande side. And it so happened, like, I'm sure there are videos about the new highway already, but we're going to do it. I was curious to see how much time it saves, this new highway, this new extension highway of Komoto Road versus the extension bypassing Valencia, the old, I won't say the old extension, but that little bypass there. And the results is interesting. to say the least. But I'm gonna save that for next week's video, so look out for that one. Yeah, so next week there's not gonna be any food. Probably the following week, I'm not sure as yet, because I'll see how things go, right? It's so funny. Like, I remember when I was going through the emotions for the 5 years, I was like, I probably wouldn't be doing this like once a week thing, all right, going forward. And it's like, wait, now I find myself each week scheduling something, trying to figure out something, trying to organize a next video, and it's like, wow, it's just become such a like a habit now, you know. So, but and that is just how it is. But it may come a point in time where I may not have a video for the Saturday, and I may not rush it because I want to do some good quality videos and not just, you know, do something like that. Andrew is asking, any $100 cheap eats for the week? You mean budget videos? I actually had a plan to do a budget video this weekend, actually. $100 budget video, and just the weather kind of threw off that plan a little bit, plus a few, I would say, housework, so to speak. So I wasn't able to go and do it. So I already told my wife, all right, next weekend, God willing, I will be recording a budget video. So look out for that one. That is coming soon. And that one, it'll be a market video as well. So it'll be the $100 at the market and try to survive the week. What I've been preaching for I don't know how long on the Sunday Vibes Live. I just timing now, you know. You just have to find, for me, I need a good week where I know I don't have anything planned or doing anything in order to do these kind of videos. So yes. But next week I already have recorded the drive for next week, so just to edit it. Outside of that, I don't have any other video planned, so to speak. I do have actually an idea for a next food video, and that's like Korean food hopping in Trinidad and Tobago, you know. Yeah, mall edition. So that might be sometime happening probably in July sometime. So yeah. And well, let me see there. Going back to last week. So last week I would have done church hopping, right? And honestly speaking, I always wanted to cover the cathedral, right? The minor basilica, right, here in Port of Spain. It was a fascination of mine, and the video I recorded inside was the first time I actually like walked inside the church itself, and that's the first time I'm seeing the inside. Actually, most of these churches that I go to, the church hopping videos, is the first time I'm going. And well, my wife is Roman Catholic, so sometimes we will go for mass, and I'm able to record stuff after their mass or their prayers. For those of you who don't know, and yeah, and I'll try to capture the outside because I'm always fascinated by the architecture, right? Went last year when we visited Paris, right? We end up visiting the Sacré-Cœur, right, in Montmartre, in France, right? And it's been amazing to see these, like, you know, European style churches and things, like how huge they just be. So it's always a fascination of mine just to, I don't know if it's because of movies or like I like that kind of architecture that I'm fascinated by these things, but it's just, for me, I wanted to do like some of the other churches here in Trinidad and Tobago. And speaking of Trinidad and Tobago, I went to Tobago and did the Roman Catholic church across there, and it was I won't lie, it was a vibes. That mass, that prayer thing was a vibes. Now, for more context, you know, I do follow the Hindu faith, probably not as strictly as some people, but I am Hindu. My wife is just Roman Catholic, and we have an understanding and we communicate, right? So in terms of religion, we don't have much religious clashes. We have discussions, which has been nice, right? Whoa, Mark, big up. Yeah. Well, welcome. I know it's been a while. So yeah, so it's always been fascinating to explore different religious aspects or different sides of Trinidad and Tobago, so to speak. So yeah, so church hopping was something that, like, this is volume 2, because I would have tried to cover some of the oldest churches here in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Previous to to this one, doing the cathedral, doing the one in Siparia with Siparima. And like that's the next one that was I wanted always to cover. So it was interesting to go down and record this. And of course, with these religious institutions and videos, they'll always have comments of people who would disagree with this or not agree with this, and that's their opinion. But at the same time, we don't condone any negative aspects about other people's beliefs. So yeah. Whoa, and big up. I am living my life. And Andrew, yeah. Tobago. I have to go back to Tobago and do some, I have to go back and do some food hopping across there because, okay, so last week I dropped the church hopping, but the previous week I was in Tobago. It was my mom's birthday weekend and we was in Tobago. I had plans to go and record some videos while there, but because of the timing and because of the celebration, and I just wanted to spend some time with the family, the only thing I recorded was what I dropped, which was two things I recorded. I recorded the church across there, the RC church. That would have been part of the church hopping video from last week. And I recorded I tried to run down to catch a sunset at the Swallows, and it was a kind of rainy day that day itself. And I got what I got. And it's like, you know what? I was in two minds about uploading it, but I went ahead and uploaded it because it's like, man, I get so accustomed to uploading something once a week on a Saturday that I just couldn't help myself, right? So I just sit down and give my thoughts on it, and yeah, so that's what happened. And because there were so much things I wanted to do in Tobago, I have so much ideas for Tobago. It's just the timing to go across there and cost, so to speak. Yeah. Oh yeah. Jose is coming up. I will be hopefully live streaming that. I'm hoping to. I might take the Friday off, like the day they walk through St. James Trinidad Day, just to live stream that from work. But I'm not sure yet how it'll go. But yeah, but last year I live streamed it for a bit, and I also did a video on it. Shout out as well to some of the subscribers in St. James who invited me over. They actually told me last year I should come across earlier just to interact with the imams and them or the people who build these props, so to speak. So yeah. Oh, Naeem, good night. So yeah, I'm living my life. I'll be covering that for sure. And last year I reached there early, like when they was walking through the streets of St. James. I actually walked all the way down to the St. James Medical Center and was recording all the way back up. And it's only when I think I had enough footage, I was like, you know what, let me live stream it. And I was like close to midnight, and a lot of people joined on even at that time. So I appreciate that so much, So yeah. Oh, by the way, right, one thing I didn't really touch on last weekend, that would have been the long weekend. We celebrated both Labor Day and Corpus Christi on the same day, so we got the Friday off. So Thursday was a public holiday, Friday was a public holiday, and then the Saturday and Sunday we was off, right? Yeah, I didn't really touch on Labor Day too much, but at the same time here, I just want to make mention that Labor Day, the celebration of Labor Day, is important because it's a reminder that we as employees have rights that should not be taken advantage of by our employers. And that is the significance of Labor Day, is basically when the union stood up for workers. And I mean, over the years, we are only human, things just go on wherever, right? Some people may be satisfied, some people will be dissatisfied with their representation, so to speak. But still, the mere fact that we have representation to begin with is amazing, because without it, we could be taken advantage of. For those of you who work in the public services, for those of you who work even in the private services who have unions, So yeah. Naeem is saying he was, CJ. Naeem was saying he was surprised to see a $10 roti video. I know, and I'm probably aware, going back to the yesterday's video, some people were probably confused because they would be like, wait, $1.50, and I was like, my reasoning for paying that $1.50, and I just leave it $1.50 chicken roti is like to make people curious and clickbait, so to speak, but it wasn't really clickbait because at the same time it's 150 approximately US for the roti, so which is 10 TT. So that's why I put that in the title instead of $10 roti up in, because I know although this Trinbago Vibes we are everything Trinidad and Tobago and thing, but at the same time YouTube is a US based platform, and if you put US prices there, it just it might understand more with the foreign audience, so to speak. Yeah, but people would know when they would watch the video the cost of these rotis. So yeah, and again, to your point, it's still amazing that there are people out there having these kind of rotis for the, I would say, the average person. So yeah. And yes, CJ, going back to Labor Day, we still have a long way to go. And you see, the problem with to me here in Trinidad and Tobago, and these are just my views, right? It may not be the views of others, is that I think the laws we have in place are not enforced properly. And then those who reside, like in, say, the industrial court and thing, I find most times there's be taking the side of the corporations, and that is where workers get jammed, so to speak. Now, I could be wrong in this, right? In all honesty, because at the same time, sometimes workers do mess, right? But in situations where there is corporate bullying, is be annoying sometimes when you can't fight that. So yeah. Hey, and Kat, I appreciate that so much. And yeah, 100. Like I don't know how the world is going. I do not know what will happen on a month-to-month basis, but I know in the middle of this month, and next thing people will probably study is like, I wonder if World War III was going to start, right? Wow, the thing between Iran and the US, and the Israel and thing is like on international news. I'm watching this and it's like, there's so much shit going on in the world right now. You really have to say prayers for everybody, Dread, and just hope that people ego, are in check, and people don't start, a war that will be detrimental to the human population on Earth, or the natural environment, so to speak. I be praying that don't happen. But sometimes you really be worrying and wondering, and because you see so much injustices going on, and the main fact sometimes what is annoying is that you just want to call, at the end of the day, we are living in a democracy. Most people who on YouTube or who have YouTube living in democracy, living in a democratic state, so to speak. And along with that, there's something called freedom of speech. Now, freedom of speech, as I mentioned before, it does not mean freedom of consequences. But it's so interesting seeing people talk about their views on how people are being treated on war and thing, and then being shut down. It is like Israel crap, in my opinion, that to see that going on. And sometimes when you see it, I feel like kind of ick. But I don't want to, stay too much on that, because I doesn't like to chat about these things and just leave it as is, because there are some things that are beyond our control, and we could only control what we can control, and that sometimes that's something we have to keep reminding ourselves. So yeah, so let us move on. Yeah, there's two things I want to make mention. In July, since we're going into July, I've been invited by these people. I've been invited down Cedrus at the end of July. That's down Cedrus. See me here. I've been invited down Cedrus, right? They having a regatta, a boat racing regatta kind of thing at the end of July down Cedrus. I did not know they had this. Apparently, this is the third year they having it, right? So I've been invited to come down to capture it and record it, and I will jump into it more later as the time gets closer, because it's to the end of July. So I'll jump into that more at the end of July. Also, I'll be on the last day of the Alias Entertainment Expo, the Trinidad and Tobago Comic Con. I've been there the past 2 years. last year I would have done the cosplay Met Gala, and as well I would have covered the entertainment expo, on the past few days. This time rounds, when I go, I'll be there on the last day. Look out for, if you are attending, come and shout me. But I think this rounds, I think I'm going to do it more interview based. Meaning I'm just gonna walk around the floor on the ground, the hall itself, and all the cosplayers. I'll see if I could chat with them a little bit, and get more information on them. And that's what the video is going to be about. That's later. That's actually the first weekend in August. So that video will come out in August. Those are the two scheduled videos, so to speak, that I know of that is up and coming. Future videos, of course. The other one, like I mentioned before, would be I'll be doing a Korean food hopping for sure. And yeah, and outside that, actually, I'm not sure what's happening. I'm trying to do some more collab videos this year, at the later half of this year. So I'll be probably reaching out to a few more content creators just to do probably 2 with Slight or something. And yeah, let's find out if that's a good, theme, 2 with Slight, so to speak. And I know I think there's a content creator out there with that name too, so shout out them. Betty is asking, why don't you make a gaming channel? Betty, let me tell you, as now and again, I will pyong my games and stuff, but I just don't have the time to do it consistently. And sometimes when I invested in that, I can't. I'll be invested in playing my game, and that'll be in between. That'll be like me time, so to speak. And I don't do it as often as I would like. Like I have a good bit of games on my PS4 there that still collecting dust, so to speak. Because I'll start it and then other things will happen, and then it's like I'll fall out. I still have a few other games that I had to finish out on my Nintendo Switch. I ain't get the Switch 2, and I'm not think I'm gonna jump across it. I'll waiting to see how that plays off until my consoles die down and no longer function. That is the only time I'll hop across the new consoles. And yeah, and well, the last time I played a PC was before I started YouTube. Like the only thing I'm doing on my laptop and thing now is just editing and sorting out videos. That's essentially it. CJ is saying he may be in Galacticon this year. Now we have a few like Comic Con style things happening in Trinidad and Tobago, and it's normally be around the Java, that is July August vacation, for those of you who are unaware. Now some other people will call this summer, like for US based citizens, the summer thing, but here in Trinidad and Tobago we have wet season, dry season, and July August is normally where students will be off and teachers will be off, 2 months off from school. So I thought Java is a proper thing, July August vacation, JA vacation VA. So yeah, so normally they will have these anime conventions or Comic Con conventions like the end of July, start of August, and that's where CJ, if you see any comments, mention Galacticon. Hopefully I would check them out one of these years, but it's just the timing dread, and Elias will just be reaching out to me and like, hey bro, come true. I'll be like, all right, cool, yeah. So yeah. CJ, I don't see any message from CJ that Trinidad don't have freedom of speech. We have laws against that. We have freedom of expression. I'm not sure the exact laws, CJ, but I do believe we have freedom of speech in the Constitution, right? In Trinidad and Tobago Constitution. I'll have to double check that. So I don't know, and I'm no lawyer. But yeah. And Christopher said, yes, power lies in perseverance, justice, equity, and parity. And equity, people is confuse equity with equality, and like people be fighting to get equality, but what we should be fighting for is equity. Like, let me explain, right? Equality means everybody, regardless of what, have the same rights. It simply is like, so if you have a disability, is basically you have the same rights of reaching to work on time, and as compared to a person without a disability. That is equality. So regardless of what your situation, everybody has the same rights. Equity means that you are a person of abilities, you have certain extra provisions made for you so that you could be as good as somebody without a disability, so to speak. So that is essentially what we should be talking or looking at. And yeah, Belinda is saying, thank you, Belinda, and blessings to you all as well. And yeah, Mark, 2 slide would be a good, a good podcast. Probably one of these days when I ease up on the Sunday Vibes Live, I might jump into the podcast. If you're starting one, let me know. I'll come on board when I could. And it'll be nice to have some conversations with other content creators and everything. Nisham, Caribbean Collective is giving topic tonight. No, well, yeah, I'm trying to answer as much questions as I could. And I am a gamer, or I used to play much more games when I was younger, so to speak. I still do now. It's just I don't do it as frequently because of, housework, family life, doing YouTube. But I do get in the occasional gaming. Right now I am trying to finish up Paper Mario $1,000. I almost beat out that, and now finally playing the Spider-Man on the PS4. That's which one, boy? I can't remember. But again, I don't know. It's take a long time now to finish all these games because I don't play it as often. I was now seeing there. Ricardo is saying I should do some beach reviews in Trinidad, beach houses reviews in Trinidad. Now I would love to do that, right? But that requires me, one, timing, right? Two, funds. All right, so it's not that like I have unlimited funds. Most of these things I'd be saving up, because again, it's a balance between family life, housework, and doing YouTube. Yes, we are monetized on the channel, and we get about probably $1,400 TT for the whole month to work with. That is normally be the budget. So I'll be supplementing the budget with what I get paid from work and whatever donations I get. Or if somebody sponsor a video, I will, depending on who the sponsor is, I'll run with that, because I don't take every and each sponsor. If a sponsor is paying me, like if a subscriber want to sponsor a video, that's no problem. But if a company wants to sponsor a video, I will do my best to make sure the product that they want me to sponsor, or whatever the company is something of good standard, or somebody I would have worked with before, because I don't like to promote things or people that I do not know about, right? Unless I try it and I could know that I back in it, so that if anybody else go and say, take my word for it, and it's like, yeah, but Rajeev, talk about this, it's something good. That is how I see it. So yeah. They're asking, Raheem is asking if there's a Sunday Vibes Live next week. Most likely, I hope so. Now, the past few Sundays, I got busy on a Sunday and I just couldn't do it, like the timing. So, most times I would like to do a Sunday Vibes Live, right? But again, sometimes when something else happens during on a Sunday evening, I just won't get time to come down and turn on the camera and stuff and go live. But God willing, next week Sunday, I don't think I have any plans for the Sunday. So yeah, so most likely once I'm home and I have no plans on a Sunday night, yeah, we will have Sunday Vibes Live. KV Rampasade said we need an after club bar food hopping video for people who go out on a weekend. Yeah, Dread. Sometimes I was like, shit, I should have started this when I was much younger, in my late 20s or early 30s or something. I mean, social media probably wasn't a thing then. Yeah, that is to show you how old I am. I mean, it was around, but it wasn't as influential as it is now, post-COVID time. But yeah, that's when I would have been more out and about. But one of these days, that's a good idea, actually. Because I always wanted to do a video on the nightlife here in Trinidad and Tobago, and more along the nightlife food vibes. Because sometimes when you after, as the man say, when you come out from a fet or a lime in the night and thing. You'll be looking for some food sometimes, especially depending on the amount of spirits you consume, so to speak, or just, energy burnt at these events. So it's always be good to find spots. I mean, a good double spot in the night is also a really good thing. That is real, you know, help out a good bit. So yeah. Mark, well, let me know, Mark, message me and we go organize, I think we could start a podcast or something and start talking about stuff. Just let me know. I may not be able to do it all the time, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah. Yeah, F Joseph. Link's Awakening. Oh yeah, beat that out a while ago. So for those of you, F Joseph is saying he talking about Link's Awakening, that is Legend of Zelda. I'm a big fan of all Legend of Zelda games. I actually the last one I played was I have it and I didn't start it. Was the second one for the Switch. It not coming to mind at the moment. Oh, Trinity to the world, good night. No, I'll be live streaming Jose. I am living my life. So when Jose comes about, because when it is this year, boy, I have to. It has so much things going on that sometimes we miss it out. Oh wait, no, is this week? All right. Hey, I am living my life. Thanks for raising that because I forgot. Like sometimes these things just creep up on you these dates. So yes, this week I will be out in St. James covering Husi. For those of you who are in Trinidad and want to experience it, so tonight it would have started. July 6th, which would be the Sunday. So July 3rd, this is the flag night. So that would be Tuesday. So Tuesday I'll go out for the flag night and I will cover it next weekend. So look out for that. Hey, I am living my life. Thanks for, mentioning it because I know I was going to cover it. I wasn't sure when, and because normally I'll get a message from one of the drummers who takes part in the celebrations, and sometimes I just get a message on the day itself. So yeah, so thanks for that. I'll organize for that. I wouldn't be doing any tonight because I hear on the Sunday Vibes Live, and because I forgot about it, so to speak. I didn't really prepare, and how the weather is, I wouldn't be going out tonight. But during the week and next weekend, I'll be out. So you all look out for the live stream of Jose 2025 here in Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah. So that's that. I like that one, CJ's LNL Late Night Limes Dread. I haven't been to one as well. Actually, I am going to one in July, but this one will be a rock concert. It will be at Rick's Sports Bar. Let me tell you, at the end on the 31st of July, I will be there for Yeah. So I will be at Rick's Sports Bar any night. For is basically the local rock bands will be performing at Rick's Sports Bar in Europe on the 31st of July. Is an event. I got invited to that, so I'll be there. I would live stream part of it, but I'll go to support. But that is more niche. Like if you watch the video, Feed the Sun, that would have been a local rock band. Yes, we do have local rock bands here. There's real underground bands. There's real niche, so to speak, smaller groups of people. Yeah. So I did cover a video on that particular local rock band, and this one I'll be going to take in Supernormal perform. If you ever go on YouTube and type in Supernormal Fishing, Dread, life changer. For those who know, right? Let's go on your own time. Check out Fishing by Supernormal. Yeah. Sleep Token. I will check out Sleep Token because as I'm a fan of like good music, so wherever it goes, and I just have a mood. Sometimes I'll be taking in some rock. Sometimes I'll be taking in some slows. I like Masoka, you know. Yeah, at times I'll be listening to the 90s, the 80s, the late 2000s music. It's so interesting, boy. Like I find out, and I was having this conversation with my wife the other day. It's like I find music these days it not as memorable as it was back in say my teenage years or even in my 20s. So like I think after 2010, I mean it would have one or two hits, but it's not as memorable as the music prior to that. I could be wrong, and it just could be my age because you know I'm sure every generation would be like their music is the best music in the world, whatever. And even those who listen to music now, like no, it have a few hits here and there that I remember the place. Yeah, like it's a nice tune, but not memorable, right? I don't know if this is the same thing that's happened to you all, or they could let me know. But yeah, but music in the 90s, in the 2000s, in the 80s were real good. It had heart and soul, and yeah, it have some songs like that. No, but it's far and few in between. At least for me, I could be wrong for you. So if you find the music now real good, and run with that because, like I mentioned before, every generation would have their own thing, and yeah, I'm glad I'm able to come down and chat a little bit with you all. I had a few things planned to talk about, and then other things I just filled in and tried to answer as much questions. Again, shout out, I am living my life. You know, I was like, she's be going and doing covering a lot of carnival events and all these things. It'd be amazing sometimes the kind of stuff she's be in, and she'll be on all the islands as well. And so shout out, I am living my life for giving me the information that Jose actually starting this week here. So yeah. So Big Jose is Sunday. So I don't want to take a day off from work. So next week Sunday. So okay, with that information actually, next week Sunday would not be Sunday Vibes Live because I'll be live streaming outside. I will be live streaming on the Thursday night. We'll have the flag night. So I think that's where they have all the drumming and everything. Or whatever day it is, I'll find out and confirm that and be out there. But I'll be out there. Right? And so we covering Jose this week here. Next week, as I said, look out for the Almanar Alan Clark Highway. And also a part of that video, actually the time taken from the traffic light to the end of the highway there, the new highway. And also, just for curiosity, the time taken from the traffic light there again, going through the bypass on the next side, just to see, and then down the Valencia stretch, just to see the timing. And like I mentioned earlier in this one, it will surprise you. Kinda, yeah, I hope so. But yeah, so next week will be a driving video. No food in next week. That is Saturday video, and then we'll be covering Jose this week here and the Sunday, and then the following week I will see how it goes because next weekend I do plan to do a budget video, and then next week I will be recording, God willing, trying to survive with whatever I get in the market for $100. And yes, Parvati, thank you so much for the anniversary greetings. I appreciate that so much. And again, thank you all for tuning in. And I think that's about it. Oh, we're in the section now where the anything goes part, right? So anything goes. Okay, I guess we reached here a little while now. And looking forward to Fantastic Four that is up and coming in the movies. I went on taking How to Train Your Dragon live action, and I found they did a fantastic job with that. So, because sometimes these live actions is be like compared to, because for me, so live actions to animated movies is a 50-50. Sometimes they capture the essence of the movie, other times they do not. But this one, I find they did a fantastic job in it. And yeah, that's about it. I'm looking out for Fantastic Four, which is opening soon, and And the next thing I watch out, like I don't know if you are fans of Squid Games on Netflix. I saw season 3 dropped, and I basically binged that yesterday, last night. Like after the video upload and thing, I just sit down and I watch Squid Games whole night until midnight kind of thing. And I was kind of disappointed in the ending a little bit. I just find like how it ended off. It didn't. This is my thing. Again, thanks for listening. But I'm going to the movies to have a feel good feeling. I doesn't go to a movie or watch a show just to get hit with a dose of reality. I understand what reality is. Now, it's one thing to get a dose of reality, but at the same time, I want a fairy tale ending, right? I just you feel good moments. But that's just me, you know. Everybody could be different, and it wasn't as feel good that ending in Squid Games, and yeah, and I just my quick take on it. Again, thank you all for tuning in. No more questions. I think I covered as much questions as I could. CJ had the best of BGs. Yeah, that was good. And let me tell you, even himself, like the old school calypso from like Sparrow and Kitchener, tried I going through those tunes now, and I really enjoying it. Like when I was growing up and thing, I didn't take it on too much. I like, hey, that old people thing, you know. But I guess as I getting older, I'm more enjoying the words, and it's be amazing sometimes the social commentary in those like old school clips of music, how they could be applied now. I guess I same thing for some lyrics from back in them days, right? So yeah. Anywho, y'all. Parvati is saying she meet Jacob and Anish in whole in extra foods, and wondering where the purple roti was, and that's R&J's roti in where is that spot in the east where I forget the area. It's right after Maloney, along the Eastern Main Road. Boy, Joseph, yeah, boy. But like I was thinking, and this is a gaming thing too. Like, I could so see even in as we get older and we turn into the grandpa sessions, we could still be playing with games and thing. And it's like I remember some decade ago, right? Like when I was in UE and thing, and we was in systems labs and having a LAN party, and I think we was playing Dota or Unreal Tournament or something. And it's like, I wonder if LAN parties will still be a thing when we get older, boy. So it's like, yeah, it's possible. And we might mostly car, I could look that up now, cause RNGs is be doing well. R&R Junior Roti Shop. Yeah, I seen RNGs. R&R Roti Shop. He's real be doing a good bit of stuff on social media. And but let me tell you, this is Dabadi. That's the name I was trying to remember and I couldn't mix here. So it's not more musical, but Dabadi. Yeah. RRNG. Yeah. I am living my life. So. Oh, Tyrese, no. No jumping here. Yeah. I know about to wrap up here. So that is where Parvati, that's where the purple roti, or you can get a red roti or even green roti from our R&R Junior Roti Shop in Dabadi. And his roti relish. I see he's selling doubles now, so I see I have to go and check him out again. One of these days. But yeah. And here, boy, Joseph, toting. Well, I didn't have to tote anything because we were it's just some lab in UEs, so it was the engineering lab, so we should just hook up your own thing, do your own thing there late in the night, especially when we have certain partners of one used to be the one overseeing the lab and thing. And we used to have LAN parties in UE library late in the night too. Again, spoilers, we used to have partners who used to be working the late night shift, so to speak, in the library. And once nobody had to use the computer to do work or study, man, we was there installing and running Unreal Tournament or Dota. Good times in these. And these days, yeah, I don't see myself doing that, or don't have the time to do it. And yes. Oh wait, and yes, Parvati, I think today or tomorrow is your anniversary. I think it was you was mentioning that, boy, and I was 30 years or 42 years, 42 years anniversary. I could be wrong, but I think it was 42 years of being married. It's like wow. So happy anniversary for those celebrating that one as well. And that's about it for me, peeps. Thanks for joining. For those of you who was in and out, yeah, and look out for a driving video, the new highway, next week. And then after that, I'm not sure what will drop. I'm recording a budget video, God willing, next weekend. But I may need some time to edit that, so that may not drop the following week. It might drop sometime later in July. And yeah, we'll see how things goes. Look out for some live streams this week here as well, and next weekend. So next weekend we won't have no Sunday Vibes live. We'll have Big Jose celebrations live streaming. So, folks, hope you all have a great week, have a productive week, have a safe week. I'm going to end the live here. Thanks for joining, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Really have to probably go and get a little haircut and take a little shave or something, but yeah. Alright, I go later.